Busy weekend as fans are also heading to Phoenix International Raceway in droves for the Subway Fresh Fit 500. Here's a look from Air 15. Qualifying got underway today, and that's where we find ABC 15 Sports Director Craig Fooey. And Craig, boy, a big weekend out there at PIR.
Yeah, there's no question, Chris. This will be a lot of fun. I'm standing right trackside here. They just shut down the Sprint Cup qualifying runs here, the practice runs this afternoon, so the cars are off the track, but I can show you a little video of what was going on just moments ago as the cars were running around the track. What they're trying to do, and you might remember back to the Daytona 500 this last weekend, Sunday it was the race that would never start, and then Monday night it was the race that would never end, went well past midnight Eastern time on Monday night. That gave these guys a real short week to get back out here to PIR, clear across country. Well, the guys are trying to groove the track. They're trying to get as many runs in as they can today to get this track feeling the way it should for Sunday's Fresh Fit Subway 500. Now let me give you a look at the schedule for tomorrow. The gates open early in the morning, about 7:30. Pro Series qualifying at 9:30. Nationwide qualifying at 11:05. Sprint Cup qualifying at 12:35. And then, of course, at 2:30, it's a Nationwide Series Basha Supermarkets 200. And then at 5:30, the K&N Pro Series Talking Stick Resort 50. And then on Sunday, the big race, the Subway Fresh Fit 500 here at PIR, the Sprint Cup race. And that'll be a lot of fun. Of course, tomorrow in the Basha Supermarket 200, Danica Patrick, the Valley resident here, and of course the former IndyCar driver, will be running in that series tomorrow. So a lot of action out here all weekend, and there's expected to be over 140,000 fans here over the weekend, Chris. So it should be a lot of fun. Yeah, Craig, with the fans there, it becomes the 6th largest city that track does in the state. Exactly. But before we let you go, Craig, I understand there's another concerning story that's happening today, just happening right now, involving Kurt Warner. What's this about? Well, the details are still unfolding as we speak, Chris, but what's happened is the NFL did an investigation into the New Orleans Saints defense over the last couple of years, and they just revealed their study, their findings here this afternoon. What they're finding is defensive coordinator Greg Williams, who is now with the Rams, but was at the Saints, had really a plot to kind of go out and hit other players, if you will. They had a bounty on other players, and it centered around Kurt Warner and Brett Favre. And back in 2010, you might remember the Cardinals played the Saints down in New Orleans. Well, they had a bounty out for Kurt Warner. If you knocked him out, you could earn as much as $1,500, and it was going on for a long time. Bobby McRae knocked Kurt out of that game. There was actually 3 Cardinals knocked out of that game in the playoffs against the Saints, but this has been going on for about 3 seasons, 22 to 27 players involved. They were making a lot of money for really putting a bounty on other players. So a lot's going on right now, and of course it's centered around Kurt Warner. We heard from Kurt Warner today, compliments of Extra Sports 910, Bickley and MJ. Kurt Warner, his thoughts about that hit against the Saints in 2010.
My decision was 99% already made. But there's no question that when you're already leaning in that direction, and then you take a hit like that, and a hit that actually, it lingered for at least 2.5 weeks where I had trouble getting out of bed.
So Kurt remembers that hit, and that was the one he said, he thought about retiring, but then that was the hit that really made the decision for him. But this is going to be unfolding, Chris, over the next couple of weeks as we find out what the NFL will do to penalize the Saints. Not only the defensive coordinator, Greg Williams, but the head coach, the general manager, and 22 to 27 players involved in this thing. So this is going to be crazy over the next week or so. And I know you'll keep monitoring this for us, Craig. Thank you very much for that. We'll see you at 6.